From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Well, happy Sunday morning to you. Before we get to the forecast, I want to tell you about all the different resources for Weather NorCal. First of all, if you're new to Weather NorCal, welcome. I think you're going to be really happy with the choice you've made to continue to follow what I do here at Weather NorCal, because it is really based on local forecast and really following closely what's going on with the weather patterns. And for all of Northern California, not just for the northern Sacramento Valley. It includes the North Coast. It includes the mountain locations, the inland areas, for all of Northern California. So be sure to check it out, all the different resources that you can do that. WeatherNorCal.com is a great place to start. But there are all other great places, right? I've told you about the streaming 24-hour channel. You can get on your Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, but also check out this. There's an app. Now, what I love about the app is from your phone, you can pretty much get every single thing that is offered on Weather NorCal, whether it's the streaming channel, whether it's the latest video forecast that you want to get for the North Coast in general, right? You can also check out all the different neighborhood forecasts. There are 6 neighborhoods that have split all of Northern California into. You can kind of see the color coding there, right? So we have all of these different resources. You can check out the app, not only for the latest forecasts, but I've also got other content on there. Turtle Bay, Wonderful World of Animals, you can get that on there. Just go to the animal family section. You can also get the pet of the week. So just everything that we offer is right here from the app. So be sure to check it out, explore. You've got a live radar on there. If it's raining, you can check that out. Hour by hour forecast, 7-day forecast. It's all right there in the app, and it's 100% local. That's what I love about it. It is a local app. Now, if you travel across the country, it'll actually kind of geotag you and give you the forecast for that area, but what you can really count on is your local forecast for the most part from Weather NorCal. Slightly warmer this weekend, highs near normal this week, and rain possibly next week. It's one of those things I haven't really set it in stone just yet, but we'll talk about that in a bit more detail here in just a second here. Temperatures today, it should be in the upper 80s for inland, mid-60s for the coast. And as we take you into Trinity County, should be looking at highs in the upper 80s, mainly sunny skies here as we take you through the afternoon. Let's take a look at Futurecast, and we're looking at dry conditions, as I mentioned here, for your Sunday. Even for the coast, I do expect to see some clearing for many of us this afternoon. Then we take into Monday, maybe a few more clouds, even for some of the inland areas, but otherwise mainly sunny skies, especially inland, and not to mention for Trinity County. Now the long range, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday of next week is looking fairly dry. But now the forecast models are indicating that by Friday, maybe even next Saturday, maybe even next Sunday, a chance for some rain. Now, number one, don't look at the location of where this rain is and go, that's exactly where it's going to rain, because that's not going to happen, first and foremost. Number two, the timing may change. It may be here as early as Thursday. It may wait until Friday. It may wait until next weekend. Still up in the air as far as the timing and intensity of this rain. So as of right now, when you look at the 7-day forecast, you're not going to see rain on that 7-day forecast. And there's a reason for that, because I'm waiting for a little bit more consistency in the long-range forecast models before I set that in stone. So give it a day or two, and we'll have a better idea as to whether or not it's going to rain. So if you have outdoor plans starting as early as Thursday next week into next weekend, keep a close eye on the forecast, because we're going to be watching that very closely. Now, temperature-wise, a little bit warmer than it was last week. We're going to tack on about 2 to 3 degrees on average from what we saw last week. So how about upper 80s to low 90s for places like Trinity County? And that may be the case here for the inland areas as well, maybe closer to the low to mid 90s there. Now look at the wave heights here for today, anywhere from 4 to even 5 feet as you head out to sea. Then we take you into your Monday. It looks like those wave heights are increasing a little bit here. Nothing major, but just be aware of that if you do need to be out on your boat. Here's a marine forecast for today. Winds from the north at 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the north at 3 feet at approximately 5 seconds. And from the south at 2 feet at 14 seconds. Now, your high tide will be just before the noon hour at about 11:19 this morning, as a matter of fact. And your low tide at 3:51 this afternoon. And no advisories for the immediate coast. All right, let's take a look at your forecast for today. You can see sunny skies for the most part. Temperatures mainly in the upper 80s inland and for Trinity County, and in the mid 60s for the immediate coast. We look at your 7-day outlook, and there you have it. Temperatures mainly upper 80s, low 90s for the next 7 days for Hoopa, not to mention Weaverville. And of course, for the coast, those temperatures obviously going to be cooler, right? Temperatures basically between 63 and 65 degrees, and those overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s.